Hello everyone. We have seen so far how you can tickle your creative bone and write common things uncommonly well. Let's now move on to learn a finer aspect of creative writing, that is, poetry. Poetry is a beautiful form in which a person can express creatively. This introduction could also be given like this: creative writing is no more a mystery. Let's unfold it more by learning what is poetry. Isn't the second introduction more catchy? It makes you curious because the arrangement of words is attractive. What is different in the two forms of expression then? The second form is a verse and therefore it is more compact, it has more tact, and it has rhyme and rhythm. This is exactly what makes poetry different from prose. Creative writing in the form of prose has more focus on content, but poetry or verse gives importance to both form and content. You must have studied several poems in school by now. Have you ever wondered whether all the poems have the same form or are they different? Let us see four simple forms of poetry today: haiku, limerick, sonnet, and ballad. Haiku is a simple three-line poem of Japanese origin. A haiku usually has 17 syllables. So, the form is very important in this type of poetry. While writing a haiku, you must remember these rules. There are no more than 17 syllables. Haiku is composed of only 3 lines. Typically, every first line of haiku has 5 syllables, the second line has 7 syllables, and the third one has 5 syllables. Let me give you an example of a famous haiku in English. An old silent pond. A frog jumps into the pond. Splash! Let me give you another one. The first cold shower. Even the monkey seems to want a little coat of straw. These poems are difficult to understand, right? Yes, the shorter you write, the more you have to imagine, and you have to be really creative to get the balance of form and content right. You can ponder on this form gradually. Let us move on to a simpler form now, a limerick. Limericks consist of a single stanza of 5 lines. These 5 lines are in a AABBA rhyme scheme. That means the first, second, and fifth lines rhyme with each other, and the third and fourth lines rhyme with each other. Limericks are usually humorous, but some limericks can be downright crude too. Enjoy these funny limericks. There was a young woman named Bright whose speed was much faster than light. She set out one day in a relative way and returned on the previous night. There was an odd fellow named Gus. When travelling, he made such a fuss. He was banned from the train, not allowed on a plane, and now travels only by bus. A sonnet is a more serious form of poetry. It typically has 14 lines, 3 stanzas of 4 lines each, and a couplet at the end. It is written in a script meter, that is an iambic pentameter. Penta is 5, So the syllable grouping of sonnets is of 5 syllables. Shakespeare has written several wonderful sonnets. This is a famous sonnet by Shakespeare, Marriage of True Minds. Every language learner must know this sonnet. Go through it and as an assignment for today, write a paraphrase of this sonnet. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. Another interesting form of poetry is the ballad. It is somewhat like povada in the Marathi literary tradition. A ballad tells a story. While ballads have no prescribed structure and may vary in their number of lines and stanzas, many ballads employ quatrains with ABCB or ABAB rhyme schemes, the key being a rhymed second and fourth line. A ballad is a form of narrative verse often set to music. William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge have composed some memorable lyrical ballads. Here is an excerpt from a ballad by Coleridge. Water, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. The very deep did rot, O Christ, that ever this should be. Yea, slimy things did crawl with legs upon the slimy sea. As your second assignment, try to memorize a ballad and send us a recording of your recitation. So, wasn't that a joyride? Poetry is a craft. Poetry is music. Poetry is joy for your mind and your heart. In the next lesson, we will see how to appreciate poetry. Till then, wishing you loads of poetic creativity. Bye. See you soon.